Hey guys, it's Codger here, and I have a different saw that I've never showed to you guys before here. This is the Homelight 913. You get shadows. It's going to be kind of hard to see here. Hang on. Does it help at all? Probably not. Lighting is terrible right now because it's so bright outside. It's creating a dim effect. Let's see if I can bring this in a little bit closer. Notice something, guys. I got the tripod adapter, so that's pretty awesome. You guys can't see that at all. Here, I have good light right here, so let me just bring it to you. Also, this is a little bit crooked. Is that more crooked? Looks pretty good, right? Okay. So here it is, Homelight 913. Alright, this is the biggest of all the saws. It's an 82cc saw. So, here's what I think we should do. Okay, I've already been into this saw quite a bit, so I know kind of what the deal is with it. But I want to take everything we've learned recently, right? And I want to quiz you guys with the saw. Okay? So be ready here, because we're gonna quiz you. And it's gonna be fun. Alright? So we're gonna do kind of a recap review here. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna swap the camera around, set you guys up over here, and we're gonna talk about it. So hang tight. Okay guys, this is, it's kind of difficult because I want you to be able to see everything and I don't want to be so far away, right? Okay, so we're going to pretend here because like I say, I've already been into this whole saw and I know exactly what the deal is with it already, okay? But we're going to do it for instance here, and we're going to pretend that we've never seen this saw before. And we're going to try to get it to run. Okay? Alright. So, what's the first thing we're going to do? What's the first thing we should do for the saw? I'm going to give a minute and see what you say here, what you can come up with. What do you think is the first step to getting the saw to run? This is funny. This is funny. I feel like there's somebody out there who just said put gas in it. That's a great one, right? Should definitely make sure there's gas in it. If there's old gas in it, should definitely dump it out, okay? And maybe wash the tank out with new gas, and then fill it up, alright? Okay, then what? What do you think? Okay, so we now have established that the saw has fuel in it, okay? So now what are we going to do? What do you think here? Think about it now. Okay, we have this old saw, and this could go for anything, not just a chainsaw. We have this old saw. It's been sitting, we don't know anything about it. What is the first thing we should do? One of the first things we should do. Okay. This comes into something I was going to mention to you guys the other day. Let's talk about what makes an engine run. What is required to make an engine run? Does anybody know? Okay. Any takers? Gas or fuel. We'll say fuel because it could be diesel, it could be mixed gas, it could be, you know. Fuel. What else? Air, right? And not like air in a not so broad sense, okay? Air has to be right, and if it's sucking air, it's not going to run either. It has to be Right, so it's got to have compression. All right. Now compression is. I'll show you what compression is in a minute. Let's just get through this first, I guess. So we need fuel, we need air, compression. You know. What else do we need? This is like an episode of Mechanics Blues Clues, right? Can you tell me what we need? No. Spark. Okay, fire, ignition. All right. Anything else? So we have our air, our spark, we have compression, we have fuel. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. This is a trick now. I feel kind of stupid, but because I set you guys up on that one. That's it. That's all you need. That's the whole thing. All right, compression, air, whatever, fuel, fire. Okay, that's what you need. So let me show you how to test for compression. Okay, this is kind of, they make a compression gauge, and I think they just screw into the plug hole. Am I right on that? And then you pull the saw over, and it registers what your compression is. I think that's how they work. I've never owned one or known anybody who had one. So anyway, I think that's how they work. But let me show you just to give you a idea. Okay, hang on. Okay, so when I approach this saw, wondering about compression, all right, I can take the starter rope and pull out on it. See that? That's compression right there. That's some really good compression. And you can pick it up. You can pick up the saw with the compression, okay? That's good compression. All right, you got compression. So, we've established this saw has gas in it, and it has compression. Alright, and the rewind works, by the way. I'll get into that later. In the video on the saw, right? Okay, so now what? Now what should we do? Alright, think about it now. Think about it. Gotta come up with an answer. I'll give you a hint. I'm very subtle with my hints. It's just an assumption, but I think that the hint was the spark plug. Okay, see if we have spark. Alright, so that's what we're going to do now. We're going to check and see if this saw has spark. Now I need to figure out what size the plug was. I can't remember. Some of these have like a full size. No, 3/4. That's right. Okay. So this is just a total... Holy chicken. Oh, there it goes. Alright, this is just a total recap video, guys. So that I can teach you, again, what I taught you before. Let's zoom out a little bit here. And hopefully have you remember this, okay? This is so awesome with the tripod adapter now. Okay, now another thing you can do is, when you unscrew this spark plug will tell you a lot about the way the saw is running. If this spark plug is soaking, sopping wet, okay, the chances are it's flooded. Alright? If it's really, really oily, alright, maybe it isn't burning as clean as it could be, okay? Maybe the plug is bone dry and you've been cranking and cranking and cranking on the saw. What does that tell you? Think about it now. Think about it. You're not getting any gas to your cylinder. Okay, if that plug was bone dry, I'd been cranking on this saw, you know, just going nuts on it, cranking on it, choking the crap out of it, and that is bone dry. There's no fuel going to my cylinder. Okay? So, who remembers how to test a spark plug? Anybody at all? Plug wire. Spark plug. Let's get it in there. Good. Make sure you feel that go right into the end of the spring. In there, because there's a... I actually have one off the home light from hell here. Spoiler, that's coming up. Okay. See? This spring sets in there like that. And then it all hooks into this end hooks into the wire. So when you're shoving that spark plug in there, the spark plug, end of that spark plug, okay, is going up into that spring. You want to feel that when you push it in. You want to feel it go in there. Okay, lock in good, seat good, or it's not gonna work. All right. So you keep that in mind. Okay, now what we gotta do? We gotta ground this to something metal, right? I don't know if that muffler will work or not. Very important now. Make sure the on switch is on. Okay, because if it's off, it's grounded out. The engine is not going to start. AKA, there'll be no spark to the spark plug. Alright, so I'm just going to pull the engine over. Who can see that? Sparking like a champ there. Ooh, wow. I can smell the gas, the old gas left in the system here. Alright, see that? Solid spark. Okay. Let's get you zoom back out here. Alright, so say we didn't have spark. Okay? What if we checked that and we didn't have spark? What could we do? I want everybody to think about this, okay? So I'm doing these videos to teach you guys this stuff. I want to see that you're actually learning here. Okay. First of all, we could see, is this saw old enough to have points in a condenser? Okay. Check that condenser. Charge that condenser up and check it. All right. There's videos online. I'm not an expert on this. How to charge up a condenser with a multimeter. You guys know what a multimeter is, right? I don't know if I've got mine where I can get to it. No, I don't. Anyway, your multimeter, it's a little readout thing here. It's got two leads that come off it. You know, you can test batteries and stuff with them. So, actually, I should have done a little bit of preparation to this video and looked up how exactly you charge one up and then charge one up for you. But I do have the old condenser off the McCulloch here. So the whole idea is you're going to take this, you're going to charge it up. And it's something to the effect of a lead on each end of it, and it charges it. But you got to have your multimeter set right and stuff when you do it. Then you take the end of the lead, touch that right to the condenser. You're looking for sparks, okay? You're looking for that to have some juice when you touch that, okay? So anyway, check that condenser out. All right. See, what do you got? You got power? I mean, what's going on with it? Check out them points. Make sure they're gapped right? Make sure you turn your flywheel until the points are all the way open before you gap them, okay? What about this kill switch here? Is that shorted out? Is the wire somewhere bare running from the switch to the coil or whatever? I mean, you got to check this stuff out, and you got to know. Because if it is, it's going to be grounding out on the case, like we saw with the XL12, and it will not run, okay? Because it'll be the same idea as if the switch was in the off position, if that's grounded out somewhere in there. Alright, so check that out too. Okay, is your coil bad, right? You can test, there's videos online on how to test your coil with a multimeter too. So check that out. I mean, check that coil, clean the coil, alright? Clean the flywheel. Clean off the magnets on the flywheel. This is all stuff you can do, guys. You can fix anything at home. Anything. If you got the time, the patience, and the know-how. And the money. But it takes a lot less money to do it yourself than it does to pay someone else to. So learn this stuff, guys. Learn it. You You're gonna need it. That's funny. We'll talk about how this happened in the video on the saw too. But okay, so doing another 360 180 here. I should get a turntable. That's funny. All right, so now we've established that the saw has spark. How do we know if the saw is getting fuel? Well, we talked about if you pull the saw over a bunch and the spark plug is dry, okay, then you're not getting fuel. Alright, another good way to tell if you're not getting fuel is to look down in where the carb is, which on this, you take this cover off here, pull the air filter out, right, which I'm actually probably going to do here because there's more I want to talk to you guys about underneath. I love these old Home Light air filter covers. They're cool. Really cool. Okay, pull that off. Come in here. Pull that out of there. Look for moisture where maybe something was leaking. Here I have some moisture, but that's for a different reason. But anyway, check that all out. See if you can see that there's been gas running out. Maybe up in here or something. Okay, make sure everything's all tight in there. Make sure that your fuel line is good. It runs to the carburetor. Okay, because that's a problem. If that fuel line is crap, then it's not going to run. Alright, get the camera to focus here. There she goes. So check that all out, guys. Okay, think it all over. Check it all out. Now, say this is not drawing gas. You suspect it's not drawing gas, right? So, what are you gonna do to prove that out? Okay. Well, what you can do is get a little. On this saw, it's going to be so hard because it's right in the way too. But you can see that throttle body right there. That's your throttle plate, right? Intake. That's your choke, okay, right there. So flip that choke open. Some of them you don't have to, because some of them there might be on this too. On the throttle plate, there's a little hole there where it breathes, I guess, or something. So you flip that choke open. Right? You pour a little gas down there. And I'm not talking a crap load of gas. I'm talking just a little shot of gas down on there. Crank it over a couple times. See if it burps. Alright? Maybe it's not hauling gas up into the carburetor. Something to think about. Alright? Or maybe it's hauling it in, but it's not. Carburetor's plugged. Okay? You can check all that. Think that's all. Yeah, that's all good ways to check everything like that. And like I say, check your lines. Okay, make sure you don't have any cracks or anything in the lines. Sometimes too you'll get a line that's really spongy. Okay, it's hard to explain, but let me get a little piece of line here. Grab this, I guess. Okay, so say this line is wicked old, right? And it'll get wicked spongy, you can squeeze it and it just collapses. What'll happen is it'll start drawing the gas and the line will collapse. Just like that, just like I'm sitting here pinching it off, right? That line will collapse and it won't let any gas up through. None whatsoever. So, if you suspect that about your line, if you feel that line and that's not a good stiff, line, and that just, you touch it and it just goes, crushes right in your hands, chances are probably good that you're not going to get gas because it's going to collapse on itself. This is why, okay, Lee told me at the chainsaw shop, back in the day, days gone by, they did this to the fuel lines. See this? A little spring, okay? they would put little springs inside the gas line. I don't know if this will fit in here or not. This one. No, it won't. But, okay, you can envision it in there. And that would keep those lines from collapsing on themselves. Or keep them, too, from getting pinched sometimes. It would give them a little more stiffness inside. So that's all stuff that you can do to give yourself the best odds of drawing gas, right? So, anyway, we've checked that all out. Alright. And we will say you do pour gas in there, right? And it kicks, okay? Then what do you know? Well, you know, it's either your fuel lines, okay, or your carburetor. Maybe your carburetor just needs to be cleaned. And maybe it needs to be cleaned and it needs a new carb kit. Okay? And I've showed you how to put a carb kit in one of these. I'm confident that if you needed to, you could do it. Okay? So we have fuel, we have compression, and we have spark. So, for all intensive purposes, I've always wanted to say that. For all intensive purposes, it should run, right? And I'm not saying it'll run tip-top shape, okay? And I'm not saying that it won't run tip-top shape. All I'm saying is it should at least make an attempt to run. Because we have fuel, we have spark, we have compression. Okay? So, question is, will the Homelight 913 run? I don't know. I mean, you better stay to find out. Okay? It's going to be coming up in a video. You'll have to wait and see. That's all I'm telling you about the 913. That's it. You have to wait for the video to come up. But I wanted to use this as a chance to discuss that with you guys and show you that. Because we've been through all this, but I want you guys to be thinking about it, mulling that over in your mind, getting your mind wrapped around this. Because someday, no matter who you are, you're going to have something that you need to get running. You're going to need to know. Alright? Chances are good you're going to need to know. Sooner or later. For something. So, and you can't always depend on people, paying people to do stuff right either. So, keep that in mind too. This video is so crystal clear because of the tripod and everything. See, I shake most of the time. I just do. I don't know if it's nerves or what. But I shake just a little bit, and it's just enough that the camera never focuses, right? So this tripod is like our godsend. So anyway, and I had ordered it like weeks ago, but it just, the adapter just wasn't coming in the mail because the mail's so slow and everything. But yeah, so we've got the XL 913. Going to be coming up in a video. Pretty excited about that. We also have 2 more saws that you haven't seen that are going to be coming up in the video. So, be ready guys, be prepared. Just saying. Okay guys, so that's just about it. Just want to shoot a little video this afternoon, nothing too major. I'm pretty tired, honestly. It's been a long week working and everything. But I wanted to shoot something, get it out to you guys, and I thought this would be fun. You know, we've been learning all this. I've been showing you guys all this stuff to see, you know, what you would learn, for you even to see what you've learned. I mean, when I say, what's the first thing we should do? I mean, is something going to pop in your mind? You're going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm learning now. You know? So, anyway. And if you didn't get any of those questions right, then this is a video to study, right? Just saying. Alright guys, this has been Codger coming at you with a short little video. Just recapping, okay? And telling you that there will be more saw videos coming. I don't know how fast. Because we've got saws now that have serious issues that I got to actually slow down and take the time to really adjust. You know, because some of these saws, you just frig with them and you can't get them to run right, especially the newer ones, and that's kind of where we're at. We have two newer saws that just, I cannot seem to get them to run for the life of me. And then we have these older saws. Some of them need some carb kits. Some of them I don't know what they need. The McCulloch, I had IOs for the McCulloch, but it's been tough. I don't know where we stand with the McCulloch. So anyway, hang tight, guys. There will definitely be more videos coming. And we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. Leave a like for the tripod adapter, okay? Because this is, if you watched my videos here since I switched to filming with my phone, you know how seriously important the tripod adapter has been. It's been needed. Man, I'm a terrible cameraman. Especially one-handed, because I've been doing all these videos one-handed mostly. Because I'm trying to do something with one hand and show you. So, anyway. And I was trying to wait for the tripod adapter to come to do these videos, but I was getting impatient. You know how it gets. So, but there'll be plenty more to film. I mean, holy chicken. Look at all these chainsaws around me. I mean, wait, no, I can't show you. There's some you haven't seen yet. What am I doing? Okay, guys, that's it. Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.